Right. You talk to the live streamers there.
Where?
There.
Hi, anyone watching? Take 3 of trying to do this
Yeah.
Sinners review.
It's just not meant to happen.
No, it's too good.
Take
They
me
didn't want
out
us
to
to.
dinner.
Too good. They didn't want us to record it. I've got a little bite on my belly.
Right, will you start timing, Aki?
I got a bite on my belly from some sort of beast.
And it wasn't me.
Wasn't it?
Would you credit it?
So yeah, so like, subscribe, do all the good things that we need you to do.
All the
because
good things.
we're just supposed to build a channel and get people to watch and
Get some moolah.
maybe get paid.
Yeah, would that be such a bad thing?
We shouldn't say that.
Why?
I was going to say we shouldn't say that it's all about the money, but at the end of the day, it would be great for us all to be able to do things that we love rather than having to work.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I can't be working this 3-day week forever.
No.
Okay, so
this
go
Take
check
3.
on your cousin.
We.
And he's in there making the beast with 2 backs.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Do you know what to say?
I'm younger.
Oh yeah, give him a really good scene.
Is what it means.
So yeah, we were at the part in Sinners. Also, spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen.
Yeah, we're
it.
going through the plot from the second half.
of Sinners. So yeah, so which one's smoking, which one's stack?
One of the twins.
One of the Michael B. Jordans. The one that wasn't with Mary, the one that was with Annie.
Michael A and Michael B.
Yeah, the one that was with Annie told Sammy to go get my brother. Because of some disagreement. I can't remember what part of the plot that was. I can't remember why he was going to get him. Anyway.
Moving swiftly on.
So Sammy went to go get him,
And
he opened the door and saw Mary on top of him,
giving it socks.
grinding
Being
and
quite
riding, and then left him to it. Went back and he was like, later he was like, where's my brother? And he was like, he's busy. And he goes, fuck him being busy.
When I tell you to get my cousin, your
My
cousin,
brother, yeah.
you go get him.
So then they go in and Mary's on top, chow down,
It's not what it looks like.
covered in blood.
Absolutely covered in blood.
Yeah.
At which point, Michael B. Jordan goes,
Pew pew pew, pop pop pop, pew pew pew. You're talking to me. What's annoying me there? Pop pop pop.
and
She's still alive.
she
of
falls
course.
over, gets straight back up, bolts out of the place.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna
then,
kill every last one of y'all.
then everyone gathers around because they heard gunshots going off, obviously.
Yeah, and one brother
That
dead
was
on
it.
the floor, like, oh,
That's it. It's the end of it, folks.
bye.
Night's over.
You don't have to go home, but you
But
can't
you
stay
can't
here.
Stay here. So they're all like, what? And then they're like, who got shot? And he's like, we're not telling you, but you gotta go.
Yes.
For your own good.
Everyone packs up and leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone packs up and leaves, and the kind of integral crew stay.
Who gets hit with the garlic? Remember the witch? She throws the jar.
Yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
Who is that? She has the pickled garlic.
I don't know.
Never mind, don't worry. We'll
I
cross
can't
it out.
remember.
We'll fix it in the edit.
Yeah.
So then the witch doctor, the witch
So
wife.
they want to get rid of the dead twin in the room, and he's like, we need to get him out of here, we need to get him out of here.
That's not your brother.
But then something else was to happen first, because how did they cop vampires?
Well, on account of your mom got riddled with bullets.
Yeah.
And she was drinking his blood and
Yes.
bite marks in his neck.
Yes. Fair. Okay, sorry.
What's her name?
Mary.
Mary, the witch doctor. No,
Annie.
Annie.
She was like, we need to get him out. And then he's like, I'm not leaving my brother out there. So then they lock him in the room. And everyone else leaves the room. So
Yes.
you've got the Asian couple. You have the piano musician man. You have Sammy. You have Perline. You've got Annie. You've got the other stacked twin. I can't remember which one. You've got... That's everyone, isn't it? Yeah.
Who's the girl? The young
Perline.
Perline. That's Perline.
Yeah.
So then, the witch doctor, she says, I'm not too hot on vampire culture, but here's a few things that I know.
Did they talk to Cornbread before they start doing all the other bits?
I can't remember the ins and outs of it.
Mm.
Yeah, he goes to the but Cornbread comes back for we see Cornbread outside going for a slash,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's like glowworms, or no, what are they called? Fireflies.
Mm-hmm.
And then it appears that you can see a pair of eyes lit up in the darkness.
Oh, I didn't see
Did you
that.
see that?
No.
It looked like a coyote, kind of.
Oh.
So then eventually Cornbread comes back to the door,
Mm-hmm.
and he asks to come back in. And they said, you've been coming out of here all night. Well, first, they're like, why are you asking? No, I think they're...
Where have you been?
First, I think the jury's out as to whether he's bad or not.
Yeah.
And they're saying, oh, it's very convenient that he got killed the minute you left. You were meant to go for a whiz. And then he's like, oh yeah, it turns out I need to go for a shit. So, well, that's very convenient. And then he's like, well, can I come back in? And
Yeah.
he's like, why are you asking to come back in? He goes, oh, but you're stood in my way. He goes, you're a big guy, you could work your way in through that.
Yeah.
You haven't asked all night.
And I love the way they take Angie's word for it. Like Annie,
Annie, yeah.
she's very skeptical, and like it's not, they didn't like, and sometimes like when you have strong women characters in films,
female, yeah.
they like go, oh no, she's only saying that or whatever, like she's doing this
Damsel
or whatever,
in
and they
distress.
don't, or like they turn around, they're like, oh, she's just making that up, or the men, real strong male characters are like kind of dismissive. Whereas with her, she was like, well, why are you asking? And then they all kind of looked at her as if to go, yeah, she's onto something. Why are you asking to come in? Like,
Yeah.
you know, they're really like with her for it. Like they're like, she knows her shit. Like,
So then, like, one of the twins says,
no.
What?
Oh, sorry, whichever one. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, the alive twin
Yeah.
essentially fires him, and then Cornbread is like, well, pay me what I've done. He goes, I'm not paying you for doing a job you didn't do. Someone died here, you were security. So then he's like,
Can I cut in real quick?
go on.
I also love, they all kind of, not all of them, and Annie was very skeptical, but they kind of were looking at Cornbread as to go, he is talking sense. And then they're like, let's just go in to do what it is that we supposed to do. And then they're like, what is it we're supposed to do? Be kind to one another. And then they were like, no, there's something wrong with it. They literally, they had them in the first half.
Yeah,
And then had them in the first half, and then it was like, just be kind to one another. And then it was like, he has no idea what's going on.
Mean Girls. Can't we all just get along and bake a cake full of rainbow?
Yeah.
She doesn't even go here.
Um.
So then he's like,
So then, yeah.
I can't get, it's bad enough I can't get paid off the white man. Now I'm not getting paid off you. So he puts his hand out for him to for Michael B. Jordan to reach out to put the money in his hand. That was tense.
Mm-hmm.
And as he puts it out, Cornbread grabs his hand and goes to bite him.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael B. Jordan's reaction is he goes pew 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 and shoots him.
Does he not get dragged out?
Yeah, he grabs him by the arm,
Oh, yeah.
pulls him out, and goes to bite him. But as he stop, drop, and roll,
Yeah.
he shoots him at the same. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Cornbread flat on his back,
Panned out.
and then Cornbread is risen. I think it's dead Michael B. Jordan that gets the garlic.
Yeah.
So then it kicks off in there.
So then they hear like they close the door on Cornbread and they all go in. They're like, come on, guys, we got it. Like, oh no, not yet.
But yeah, there's knocking. So I think there's he gets back in, Cornbread scatters away, and then there's a bit of a silence, and then you hear on the door where Michael B. Jordan died, bled to death. And he's like, oh, let me out, cuz. And like, you feeling good? He's like, yeah, I feel fine.
He's like, who is this? He's
Yeah.
like, it's Jim Crow.
Because you weren't doing too well about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I felt a bit under the weather, but I'm okay now. After bleeding out.
Yeah.
So then he gets more and more agitated.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of profanities of what he's going to do when he gets out. Kicks down the door.
Yeah.
Because the vampires do have super strength. in
Yeah.
fairness. And then, what's her name? Annie.
Yeah.
throws something at him. I thought it was holy water.
So did I. Everyone thought it was holy water.
And then it burns him.
Because he can't come into the room, can't he not? Because he has to be invited out of the room. Or was I made that up?
No, he's already in the house.
Okay.
He's already in the establishment. Because he breaks down the door.
Yeah.
He goes into the common area. And then they're kind of battling, but he's out. He's stronger than all of them. And she throws the jar at him. And it like burns him. And I think just in defence, he goes outside.
Yeah.
Bounds off into the future.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what was that? And it was pickled garlic.
Yeah.
Pickled garlic?
Pickled garlic.
Pickled garlic. I thought it was a cool move.
Yeah.
So then that leads on to the...
She's like, we need to get ready.
Oh yeah.
I think she thought it was one thing, and it ended up being...
What did she... It was like the like genies or...
Jinri or Enri or...
She had some... It was like a spirit demon.
Yeah, but then she's like, but I think it's vampires.
Yeah.
Again, everyone just went, Annie knows her shit. Let's just go with that.
Yeah,
like, no one questioned her.
Yeah, and did she say... Oh, she said, like, some of the arguments are true, some of them aren't. She said, like, a cross and a stick won't do diddly squat. But is it silver or iron?
Silver.
Silver.
Spear to the heart. Wood to the heart.
Garlic.
I think that was it.
Oh, daylight. The sun.
Yeah. So she was like, if we hold out till now, then...
Yeah, so that's it. She said, we gotta stay in here.
Oh, chickula. Oh, Ebenezer Solomon, you're flat out watching us.
Yeah, hello, Ebenezer.
Hello again, Ebenezer Solomon. Where are you from?
Yeah, Ebenezer.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the channel.
I hope you're...
I hope you're enjoying the live stream.
I hope you're a subscriber because you keep getting... I'm assuming you are because you keep getting the... coming on. So,
yeah, hit that bell, hit that like.
Sorry, I'm scratching my belly because I have a bite from some sort of a fly or bug. I was outside doing yoga and it's really itchy.
It's not a vampire bite, is it?
No, it's not a vampire bite. That'd be good.
You do love your garlic, don't you?
Yeah, I love garlic.
Get back into it.
Yeah.
Get involved in the chat.
Yeah, please do.
Oh,
I'm tired.
beautiful. Take two.
Oh.
So where were we?
They were getting all their bits, the glazers. They were getting the silver and the wooden stakes and sharpening them. So then there's just like
and then they're all stood in a circle.
Oh yeah, so there's like just a montage of them getting all the stuff ready and blah blah blah. And Annie's like shaking some stuff and rolling it out and looking at some.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
she's doing her.
Yeah, you don't really know what that is though at the beginning.
She's in touch.
Yeah, she's trying to suss out bits and bobs what's happening. She's kind of shaking things and rolling them out.
Yeah, she's got.
Can't we find out later what that means?
I can't remember.
I'll tell you. We'll find out later what that
Got
means.
her tokens.
Oh, well, in a few minutes it means your tokens. Yeah. So then, they're all stood around a circle.
And they all have to eat a clove of garlic.
Yeah, and one was like, "Well, I don't really much like garlic," and she's like,
"Well, if you don't do it,
you a vampire."
If you don't do it, we're gonna stab you in the heart.
Yeah, basically. So they all eat the garlic to prove that one, they're not vampires.
Yeah,
and
but she
it's in their bloodstream.
It's quite
as well.
a tense scene.
Yeah, because you don't
not
know
a lot of action.
Because they said as well. Oh, because remember they found the other person.
Oh yeah.
They found they found someone on the ground with blood underneath them.
Big pool of blood.
And that's how they got to cornbread, wasn't it?
No, I think that was after. So they're like, someone in here is a vampire. This dude's gonna turn.
Yes, he's
Cousin
dead.
Jimmy or whatever.
Yes.
So they grab him, toss him outside.
Yeah.
Scatter back in. So have we established that there's an army of vampires out there yet? Not yet. Not
so.
yet. No.
No.
So then. Yeah, so they're like, one of us here is a vampire, so they all have to eat a clove of garlic to prove that they're not vampires.
And it gets really tense, and then the musician that's on the piano, it's a bit of an alcoholic, bites it, and he
all
starts going, and you're like, oh no, it's him! And then he's fine.
Yeah, he's like, I've been drinking all day, what do you expect? Have you ever had a raw clove of garlic?
Yeah.
It wrecks your stomach.
I don't mind it.
Right, we'll do it now.
Yeah.
If you don't, I know why.
So then they realise no one's a vampire.
Yeah.
And he was like, and they're like, what?
That guy in the pool of blood.
Yeah, and then they realised, they were like, it's red wine.
Yeah, he just drank too much and collapsed.
So then they run outside to get him back.
I can't.
and someone's chowing down on him.
Yeah, I think.
Who's chowing down
I
on him?
would just say Benin.
Someone, anyway, and then I think that's when you establish that there's a whole host of vampires.
Yeah, so then they're like, we just have to shut up shop.
So basically, everyone that they told to get out got turned.
Oh yeah, everyone that left. the
Everyone that
party.
left. It was fair busy.
Oh, and the Asian couple.
Yeah.
She sent her husbond out. After he got shot, he left and he said, "I'm gonna get the car."
Yes.
And then we never see him again.
We do.
Well, as alive.
Yeah. Does he come out with cornbread? Or does he come out with Michael B. Jordan? Does he come back?
I can't remember, but he comes back anyway, and he was like,
Yeah.
"We'll get to that in a minute."
So yeah, as you say, they shut up shop and they're kind of sitting waiting because obviously they know who had permission to go in.
None of them are.
Mary. She got permission to go back in.
No.
Yeah. Cause
Oh, she
killed.
did?
Yeah.
Oh,
So she'll always have permission then.
is it?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need it more than once. Once you're a vampire and you have permission to go
Do you
in.
not?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because that isn't mentioned in that.
Well, it's just a normal thing.
No, but like she doesn't try to get back in.
She did.
She does at the end when,
Yeah.
but there was no. Oh, I thought you had to each time.
No.
So is she the only one that has?
What about dead Michael B. Jordan? Because he was already in there. So does he need permission?
But then the two of them don't. But that. Because they're the two that start off.
Mm.
Because, well, it doesn't matter anyway. Either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we just have to hold up until. Well, why wouldn't? Yeah. Well, I suppose she wouldn't be able to overthrow all of them on her own.
Yeah.
So then, what's Remick?
They're sitting and wait.
Yeah. So
And
Remick comes to the door and he's like, "Let us in." The people I killed originally were clan members.
Yeah.
He said, "But us, we want to bring heaven on earth where everyone's a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care about creed. We don't care about colour.
Mhm.
We're all the same.
Yeah.
And it'll be a beautiful existence altogether."
Mm-hmm.
And really, why we're here is because, well, he said, "Just give us Sammy, and we'll be happy."
Yeah.
Because Sammy's music can unlock the people of the past
Mhm.
that I've lost,
Mm-hmm.
that I'd like to
See again.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to see again.
Yeah.
So if you just give us Sammy, we'll be on our merry way.
Yeah.
So they don't even consider for a second. The people on the inside, they're like, "No, we're
Yeah.
all
Get-
family."
Get gone.
And then he divulges the information that once you become a vampire, you share
Yeah.
all your memories
Yeah.
and all your skills.
Hence why they were all able to
Play
two-step
banjo.
together and play
Yeah.
all stuff easily and
Yeah, that resolved that.
not have band practice.
And then the Asian guy comes up
Mm-hmm.
and talks to his wife.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We've got a daughter tucked up at home. Either you let me in there or I'll go see her."
And then he starts speaking Chinese.
Oh, Remick.
Yeah. To
Yeah.
hone in his point.
Yeah, that they can all
It was filthy as well. He was saying all naughty things to her.
dead filthy.
Yeah, dead filthy.
Dirty vampire.
Anyway.
Yeah, dirty vampire, yeah.
So then the Asian one, God love her, I can't remember her name, she's up in arms.
Yeah, because obviously she wants to save her daughter.
She wants to save her daughter and her husband's been turned and
So long story short, they tried to hold her back, but eventually did she bite their hand? Because they tried to cover her mouth, and she invites all the vampires in.
yeah, she's like, "Come on in, motherfuckers!"
So then
Which is the invitation to let them all in.
all the vampires. So yeah,
Oh, backing up a bit. Before all this happens, as we said earlier about her shaking the totems and throwing them out, she turns around to her lover, Michael B. Jordan, and she said, "If I get bit, you stab me in the chest before I turn."
yeah.
He's like, "No, Annie, no," and she's like,
I can't do it.
she was like, "I want you to do this. I don't want to be turned." He was like, "It's not going to happen," and she said, "My time is up soon." So that was her trying to save her fate.
She knew.
So she knew she was going to die, so that's what she asked him.
The dice weren't going the
Yeah.
way she wanted.
And I'd say she knew.
What was going
She was like, "You'll join me soon, and we'll all be together,
"We'll
our
be
family."
waiting for you."
Yeah, we'll be waiting for you. So she knew she was going to die. That was her doing her little juju to see how long.
Yeah.
Hence why,
So then,
which we'll get to.
epic battle scene.
epic battle scene. All the vampires is coming in. They did quite well.
They're all knocking lumps out of each other.
Yeah.
She gets back.
Annie, yeah, eventually.
So then Michael.
Well, the Asian woman is stabbing someone and she gets lit on fire.
Oh yeah.
So the barn's starting to
Does
go
she
up in
burn-
fire. She burns to death
Wait,
with a
her
vampire.
It's not her husband
I
though.
don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Don't know.
Yeah, Annie gets bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone dies.
Yeah, they're all kind of fighting and everything
Knocking,
like that. But there was a turning point as well because Remic's trying to get in. They're all trying to go, and Annie's there bleeding out from the bite. And Michael B goes up to her and is looking at her. He's like, Annie, Annie. And she's like, you promised me, you promised me. So then he goes to stab her. But as he's just about to stab her, you can see all the others. You can see Mary. You can see the other Michael B. And you can see Remick all kind of looking as if to go, fuck. So I feel like there was some other plot behind that. I feel like they thought if they got Annie,
Yeah.
she'd be able to do something.
Some voodoo magic.
Yeah, because they're all kind of... Because I think Mary kind of... Does she run off then? I think she runs off after Annie gets killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know why that was.
So I feel like there's something afoot there.
The Sinners too.
Possibly because they might have known about his necklace.
Oh, to keep him safe. Okay.
Maybe, I don't know what they... I must look into that. But yeah, so basically they all freak out. Mary runs off. So then there's still more of them fighting and fighting and fighting.
Yeah, but Michael B has to stake Annie
Yeah, and he does.
for the second time tonight.
And he does.
She gets the wood.
So she dies, Grant. And then they're all still fighting and fighting, and it's just class. And then the piano man decides to create a distraction.
Oh, he offers himself up
Yeah, as a sacrifice. I think he already did do that.
to let the
didn't
others
he?
escape
Yeah,
or to try and get away.
yeah. So it's Michael B, Sammy, Perline left.
Pretty.
Sammy's woman.
Yes.
So they go upstairs, and then Perline get beat.
Yeah.
And that's grand. So Sammy jumps off. So Michael B's trying to hold him back.
Yeah.
Sammy jumps out and starts legging it,
Yeah.
and he goes into the water.
And Remick comes after him.
Yeah,
He starts saying the Our Father.
yeah. Sammy does,
Yeah.
and Remick starts saying it with him.
He said, I know all these words too.
Mhm.
And then the two twins are going at it,
Mhm.
knocking lumps out of each other, and it's
Yeah.
like tit for tat. One's winning, then the
Yeah.
other spins it around.
Yeah.
And then, just as Remick's about to bite Sammy, gets a big wallop on the back of the head.
Yeah.
The guitar has silver in it.
Yeah.
Sammy's guitar.
Yeah.
Smashes over his head, and does it go through his head?
The metal plate on it, the
Yeah.
silver plate on it, sticks into his head.
Yeah, it's wedged into his
Yeah.
head.
So Sammy hits him over the head.
Was it Sammy, was it?
Yeah, because
Okay.
he had brought the
Oh
guitar
yeah,
with
it
him.
was, yeah. And then all the other vampires,
Feel the pain.
yeah,
Yeah.
so him
Oh, thanks Ebenezer for subscribing. We appreciate it.
we are talking about Sinners.
Yeah,
the
movie Sinners. We're also trying to understand all the vampire talk because it's been nearly a week since we've seen the film, and then like some things aren't described in the film, and I'm just taking like bits from other vampire lore
You
that I
love.
would know. I love vampires. I actually quite know a bit. I don't know a bit. I actually don't know from like people's history, but I do love vampire movies. So I'm just taking lore from other vampire stuff.
I've only 20 minutes left of footage in this.
We can lock it up in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think we can.
You ready to start?
Yeah.
But Ebenezer, thanks for being a subscriber. We really
Yeah.
appreciate you. And you're always on the chat, like, you're so good. Yeah, where are you from? I'd love to know that.
Pick two.
So Remick
All
is...
that leads into what he said, all the vampires, you're connected to the one that
Yeah.
bit you, and everything branches out from there, so they all
Mhm.
feel the pain of Remick getting walloped around the side of the head.
Maybe it was Michael B with the guitar.
No, because Michael B. Because then
he comes into the water with him.
no. So then does Michael B. not staking from behind?
Oh
Did
no.
he get staked?
No.
Oh no, but then it was Michael B. wallops him in the head.
Yeah.
And then
He goes over to Sammy, and the two of them are like holding each other because remember he's walking towards them.
Yeah, and then the birds start to tweet.
And they kind of move away, and Renwick's walking, and then all the other vampires are going the opposite way to obviously try and get to safety.
The sun comes up, and Renwick burnt asunder.
They all burn asunder.
And then Michael B. sends Sammy. Sammy has to go back to church.
He's like, get back there.
And he says, how are you fixed for next Saturday?
He goes in his hole.
Yeah.
And then, so Sammy drives.
Michael B. knows what's coming next.
I didn't really know what was coming next.
I didn't. No.
Yeah, so I thought...
But wait, did they say that?
What?
Oh, yeah, when Remick was saying, I happened upon these two that are in the clan. Yeah, their racist uncle sold you this.
Yeah.
And they're coming to slay you in the morning.
Yes.
So if I don't get you, they will.
Yes. So Michael B's getting wrecked. Now, I thought he took out a coffin.
Okay.
So Sammy's driving home. It's the morning time, obviously. It started to be the morning. So he's driving home to church because he said to his dad, I'll be home in time for church in the morning. So he's driving home to church, brings us back to the opening scene of the movie.
Where he's stood in the church covered in blood with a smashed up guitar.
Yeah, and then we see Michael B, the alive one, going to his car and pulling like a trunk out the back. I genuinely thought it was a coffin. I was like, And at that moment in my head, I was like, that's to put his brother in to keep out of sunlight.
Oh.
That moment, that's what I thought originally.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know if he's killed him.
Oh, well, when they're in the water at the just before the sunrise, I was like, he's the son of a preacher, they're in the water, he's going to baptise the vampire.
Yeah, we're all about the baptism. I was like, gas. Yeah, I thought that too. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see Sammy and his dad's like, are you going to drop that guitar, Sammy? The devil is inside the music.
Or is that you dance with the devil one time, we're going to follow you home.
Yeah, so you don't know if Sammy's holding on to it. He's like, drop that guitar, boy. And you can just see him holding on to the guitar. And in the meantime then, your man is in the... he is trying to light a cigarette sitting on his box.
He's trying to roll one.
He's trying to roll and he can't. He's going back through what happened during the night.
Bit of PTSD.
And then he opens the box. There's all guns and shit from World War II. And then a big truckload of whites come.
Yeah, the clan.
And they come with guns and all that sort of thing. And he's hiding, isn't he? He's hiding in the bushes.
Yeah.
And then he just starts fucking shooting.
But it's like, at the very start of it, when he buys it, does he say all these floors have been scrubbed? What happened in here?
Yeah.
So it was a common thing that it was a slaughterhouse.
Yes. Okay. For animals or for who? Black people?
Black people. It was what the clan did.
Oh. Okay. It's awful.
Yeah, so then there's a big shootout. He kills most of the clan.
Unreal. Love it.
But he gets tagged a few times.
Before he goes in to dance with the clan, he takes off the necklace that Annie gives him.
For protection.
So in your head you're like, oh, like he has this necklace, she says it's for protection. And he's been in a lot of he's been in World War II, he went to Chicago and ran with Irish gangs.
He was with Capone.
No, the other one was with Capone. I think they ran with the Irish side, that's where they got the drink from. So one of them ran with the Italians and one of them ran with the...
Oh, I thought they both... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think they knew they were twins.
Oh,
either or, so they said you wouldn't... Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't know.
Oh, clever, yeah.
Or something, because they were like, well, we got... Or maybe they did know each other. One ran with one and one ran with the other, anyway. So you kind of think... So he's been in a lot of scrapes and he's been in a lot of near misses, so you kind of think maybe there is magic to...
Yeah.
What he has, and then he pulls it off, and as you said, he gets shot then when he's shooting these lads. So...
And then he has a vision.
So he's sitting there and... What did he say? No, but he's sitting there, he's been shot, the head of the clan is still alive. Oh, he asked him for a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets one off him, and then he shoots him, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he's begging for his life. I'm a good man.
Yeah.
All this jazz.
So then he's sitting there, and Michael B then has a little vision.
Yeah.
It's Annie calling to him with his baby.
Nursing the baba.
Yeah, she's like, oh, of course you notice that. She's like, I'm waiting for you. And he's like, I'm coming. No. Very nice. But then obviously they knew, and he knew if he pulled that off that he'd end up joining them, which is nice. And then does it end?
Oh, post-credit scene.
Yeah, but that's where the film kind of ends.
Yeah, that's the
And
end of it.
then you have to wait for the credits to roll.
Only a few credits.
Yeah, not that many. But people have already walked out apparently before that. I
Stop.
read loads.
Well, it was the best post-credit scene I've ever seen.
So good.
Really tied it all together.
So then it has like a montage with the credits rolling of
Sammy's career.
Sammy's career, you assume, because
Yeah, well, it is.
it is. Did the song going off? Driving?
I can't remember, but it's just showing all the multi-platinum records that
Yeah, and stuff.
he released.
Yeah.
And then he's at a bar, and is it 95? So he's like 68, maybe like 70-year-old.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Playing.
oh yeah, and then, but he's finished and he's just having a drink after playing.
By himself.
In the bar. And the security is like, these people just give me $200 for like an intimate set with you. I usually wouldn't, but they're paying $200 each. So I'm going to let him in. And it's...
He said, you want to let them in? And he was like, yeah, come on, let them in. Who walks in the fucking door?
Who was it?
You tell them. You tell them.
What was her name? Michael B. and...
Mary.
Mary
and Stacker Smoke, whichever one is the dead
two,
one.
The two vampires.
Two vampires walk in their 90s garb.
And he's saying...
And Sammy's like...
Yeah, the other twin was about to kill him, and he said he'd set him free as long as he never came after Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
And he never did. And he was there that night, and he said to Sammy, oh, he said, I can smell it off you, you don't have long left.
Yeah.
He said, you can come and join us and live forever.
Yeah.
And Sammy says no, and he says, play for us one last time.
Yeah.
I want to see everybody again. Play the unplugged stuff.
Yeah.
And Sammy says, I think about that day every night.
Mm-hmm.
Up until it all went wrong. That was the best day of my life.
Up until the sun went down. That was the
Up
best day
until
of
the
my
best,
life.
yeah, until the sun went down. He said, what
Yeah.
about you? He said, it's the last time I saw the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the only time we were felt free.
Yeah.
And the last time he saw his brother, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is so true. As like, there's an underlying meaning there as well. They were saying like that was the most free that they ever were, because obviously
Yeah.
Sammy was working in the plantations. Before that, the lads were working for two gangs, and then after that, had all that went down not had gone down. Sammy
Yeah,
probably
you
would have
see-
been back to the plantations,
No,
and
but
the
not
two lads
even.
probably. Or,
Like you pointed out,
Yeah.
if they had have all survived that night,
mm-hmm.
what would have happened?
Oh, the clan probably would have got them.
They all
So
would have got slaughtered.
yeah. So in hindsight, it is probably the freest they ever were in their lives.
Yeah.
And then you could look at that as well, because obviously the two they're vampires now, so they're not free to do what they want all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're still like they're gonna live forever. You know.
But their souls are trapped.
Yeah. And then I saw another little thing about something.
Go on.
Someone said if you actually look into it, like possibly the story is based on there's some blues musician. I can't remember his name, that apparently sold his soul to the devil at the crossroads.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, but they said in that scene at the end when Sammy's at the bar drinking, he's like he doesn't have a reflection in the mirror
Oh, so he sold his soul.
because of the music.
Yeah, but that was it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lots of process.
What's the other one? Achilles. You know the story of Achilles,
Mhm.
dipped in the river
Yeah.
Styx, but he had the option: live forever and no one knows you, or be the ultimate warrior and die
Young.
in battle.
Oh.
So he chose to die in battle,
Mhm.
but because of his what's the word? Reputation,
Mhm.
he lived on, his spirit lived on forever.
Yes. See, that was the film. That's how it ended then.
So performances.
Amazing.
All of them.
Yeah, I thought I won't say anyone in there was shit.
No, everyone was great.
But then we weren't introduced to too many people. You know what I mean? There was a lot of people in the film, but you just met enough of the main people.
Like you said as well, Jack O'Connell, he said he's not in it. Like you said, screen time is not that much.
No.
But very good performance.
Very good performance, yeah.
Like we said earlier, Michael B. Jordan, yeah, he was. He's always amazing.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Great.
And like that, he played two characters and you felt like it was two different people.
Yeah, not gimmicky.
No.
And
Um.
Annie was great. Mary was great.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
So you've about 9 minutes left on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone like, and then you got comedic relief from like the likes of Cornbread, and you got comedic relief from the piano player, and there was some funny bits in.
The music was great.
Music was amazing. Who was your standout performance?
I think Michael B. just for playing two roles.
The young lad that played Sammy.
Yeah.
I say young lad, he's probably like 20.
42.
That was his first ever film.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was his actual singing voice and stuff. He's amazing. He's actually popped up on my TikTok a few times. People have found him, so like he's definitely a breakout star.
I thought the other busker, the
Piano
harmonica, yeah, I thought he was very good as well.
brilliant. I've seen him in things before.
I'm not sure if I have.
I know his face anyway.
Jack O'Connell I thought was great.
He was brilliant. He went and did loads of Irish dancing. We didn't even talk about that, did we?
Where did you?
That scene.
What?
We just said that they were all around dancing.
What about it?
Did we talk about the Rocky Road to Dublin?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, he did loads of dancing. Like for that little tiny bit, he did loads of dance rehearsals. Like I've watched like a few of the TikToks.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to though.
Yeah.
Because if it was bad, it was.
Yeah, it would have been. You know.
Like.
But apparently Ryan, what's his name? What's the director? Coolidge or Coolidge.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything by halves, and the same with the music director, or the music person who did the music. Composer. I read so much stuff about him today, and I was like, he's mad. He did the music for Black Panther.
Okay.
But like it obviously was never going to be bad. But for him to be able to do the music for Black Panther, he went and lived in Senegal for over a year.
Of course, yeah, why not?
So he could compose and like do all the traditional music and get to learn it. Like lived in a different country for a year.
I mean, if you
But, like,
got the option,
But also that just shows.
the level of commitment.
Yeah, which you want when you like that. You don't want someone to just be like, oh yeah, I'll just do that. That sounds African or that sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
that's
Like
so
it's completely
bad.
bad. Whereas that's what it should be. If you're interested in that, that's your job to do it, to make sure it's real. Because people did up the sets, they're making sure that the fucking clothes or the stitching that was used was made and like, you know, so you should be doing it for each aspect of.
Yeah. That level
So,
of detail.
yeah, I thought it was very good.
Ratings. Go on. Are you going to throw something?
I think I'm gonna give it like a 9.
Well, we have to give a ratings comparison. So from a scale of give me a terrible movie. From a scale of Moonlight.
That's not terrible. I never saw it though. I heard it. Well, no, it was
This is the movie.
Anyway, Moonlight. Okay.
No, we won't say Moonlight. Killers of the Flower Moon
Okay.
being the bottom of the scale.
Yeah.
To I've already used Cat in the Hat. What else?
Something else that's kind
So okay, Killers of the Flower Moon to Drive.
of. Okay, well,
Where are we falling?
I'm gonna give it a 9.
9.
Yeah, 9.
See, I don't think I can commit to giving it a 9, but I'm giving it an 8.8.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Like 9 is big because you're not gonna.
Yeah, because you're not gonna get a
You
10.
can't be Casablanca. Yeah, 8.8. Like
I'll say 8.9 then.
I feel it's so good to even be in that conversation because it is a horror film
Yeah.
and it's a vampire film. So
Yeah.
for it to transcend that and to be an epic movie,
Mhm.
I think it has to be something so special.
Well, here's the thing. Any horrors that I have seen of late have usually been have had the majority black actors, black cast, black directors. Like Get Out.
Yeah.
What's the other one? With Lupita Nyong'o.
Who's that? The guy from Get Out?
No, the girl.
Us.
She's the twins. Us. Us, like
I
they're
didn't
all.
think that was great.
I
I
thought
thought
that
Get
was
Out was
amazing.
great. I didn't think Nope was great.
I didn't see no, but like I think it's a good. Well, I'm just talking about like when I won't say Nosferatu. I'm just talking about like to do with like a proportionally larger black cast and black directors and writers and stuff. I think horror seems to be their go-to. Like that, it's kind of that genre has been doing really well for them because I don't think you traditionally see them in horror films. Usually they're.
But that's interesting that they've taken like that demographic have taken that, because I remember I watched a thing of why Kung Fu is so popular, and they said in the 80s they were buying them all cheap, all the Bruce Lee movies, and they were screening them just in your local picture houses for cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of like people from poor communities, that's what they do for entertainment. So then that's why they became so passionate about Kung Fu and karate. So I think like slasher horror films would have been the same. So now they've taken that and taken it to the next level.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Just lately I've been seeing a lot, and I think they're doing it so well. I think they just continue to keep. Obviously, you want them to branch out. You want people to branch out and stuff like that. But I just think they're doing horror really, really well. Especially like that. A lot of the ones that like the like white directors or whoever are doing are all just like carbon copies. It's Insidious 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All franchises where I think they're putting out stuff that's completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them and A24.
Yeah. So yeah.
So would you advise people to go and see it?
Definitely go see it. Believe the hype.
Yeah.
Like usually when something's really hyped up, I pull away from it and I won't go see it. So I'm really surprised I wanted to go see it. But I love a vampire film, so no matter if it's shite or not, I will go see it. But like definitely believe the hype. It has something for everyone. It's sexy. There's action. There's horror, but it's not too scary.
Yeah.
And it's not too horror-y, and like it's got just loads of historical elements, and like it's just really good.
The music was great as well.
The music was class.
Because like we were saying,
funny.
that could hinder a film sometimes if it was too heavily leaning into that.
Yeah, it's funny. There's not like the actors. There's Michael B. Jordan, but no one else is a massive actor in it.
Yeah.
Do you know it's.
Yeah, Jack O'Connell, he'd be his probably second film, but he's not.
Haley Steinfeld, I'd say. She in America, yeah. She was in Pitch Perfect.
Okay.
And like that, it's over one day. You're not having to follow the storyline forever and all this, and it's just unreal. But like, we recommend see it.
Same, can only go see it. Go pay the movie.
Pay the money. It's worth £15.
Oh, you bastard!
What?
Careful.
Fuck. That one.
Oh, 2 minutes left.
Quick, so we'll just look at these ones.
Hold on. No,
These in 2 minutes.
Yeah, but I'll get a new card.
Oh, do you want to pause that? Well, how are you gonna?
You talk to the lady.
Oh.
Is there any comments? I think I might pause.
Dime Drawer 4 from Dusk Till Dawn 2025 reboot Sinner's Law.
Oh, interesting take.
What does that? What does he think he means by that? Or her?
I thought that.
That it was a reboot.
Oh, just a lot.
Yeah.
It was.
I did see From Dusk Till Dawn. I haven't seen it in a long time.
But that's what it's based in a shack, in a bar.
Yeah. Again, I haven't seen it in recent memory for it to stick in my head to be able to comment. So
I did feel like I did think that watching it that it was an adaptation. No, that's doing a disservice to it, but it was similarities to Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay.
But I thought Dusk Till Dawn wasn't. It did something you shouldn't do in a movie. But they say it's a heist movie that turns into a horror movie. It switches genre halfway through.
Okay.
Which is a big no.
Yeah. I think Tarantino just does what he wants, doesn't he?
It was Robert Rodriguez, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Is Tarantino in it?
Yeah.
Why do I think it was just... I don't know.
No, yeah, he... Right, if I stop that down to 1080... got 10 minutes. Right. Beautiful.
Do we need 10 minutes?
No, but we have it. Oh, well, the battery's going to go on this one now.
I say we could have literally just finished it.
Oh.
Sorry, Louis does so much messing.
Spoofing.
He calls himself a professional.
Spoofing.
We haven't. I want to go. Right, I know we're not finished with Sinners yet, but while Louis doing bits and bobs with the technical side of things. What films do we want to go see next? Warfare is out in the cinemas soon. It's out this week, is it?
Where are we hitting that with battery?
Warfare. I want to go see that.
Yeah, that looks class.
Apparently, like, people are like, oh, it's pro-war and it's pro-America
But
and
is that
whatever.
set
But apparently,
over-
it's not. It's
Is that set over 24 hours as well?
I have no idea. Don't think so. But yeah, that looks really good. Big cast in it.
Is that Eyebrows?
Eyebrows, yeah. Heartstopper.
Who's Heartstopper?
He's a fella from the film program Heartstopper. It was
What?
a comic that was adapted for Netflix.
Oh, right. Oh, I thought you were saying he was a Heartstopper.
No. Well, some people may say he is. Loads of kind of young actors, kind of people that have been in a few things are in it. It looks really, really good. What other films? See, we're in Ireland, so. Oh, you've 10 seconds left on the phone.
On the phone?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
My alarm's
Fine.
gonna go off, yeah.
Don't worry about that. Found the battery. Right.
So yeah, I don't know what else. Does anyone have anything that they want us to watch?
Tradfest.
Oh yeah, we're doing Tradfest in Portlaoise this weekend. That's on. That'd be exciting. We are also. Oh, we could do a review of a yoga retreat. We're going to a yoga retreat on Sunday.
Could review it with the retreater.
Yeah, could do. It'd be really good.
Right, we're back in the room.
Back in the room.
So where were we?
Oh, just doing a review.
Just doing the outro.
Yeah, pretty
Sorry,
much.
that is an interesting point someone brought up there in the comments. Final take. Dusk till dawn is what they said. I thought that watching it that it was very similar to Dusk till dawn.
Okay.
Like, do you remember the plot of that?
No.
So, what's his name? George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino
Yeah.
are on the run after doing a heist,
Yeah.
or I think they have to sell the diamonds to someone.
Yeah.
And he says, what bar do you want to meet at? And he says, oh, we'll meet at Dusk till Dawn. It's
Mhm.
just this trucker stop. And then they're held up in the bar,
Foreshadowing.
and it turns into...
How did they not cop that?
What?
From dusk till dawn. Obviously vampires go there.
Yeah, but nobody knew vampires.
Vampires are real! Anyway,
Vampires are life.
continue.
So then they're held up in the shack and have to fight off the vampires. And there's a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Harvey Keitel is a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought there were a
Yeah.
few elements,
Yeah.
and yeah,
But
interesting.
technically,
What?
Sinners started with a heist as well. Because they stole the stuff from the
Yeah, that's
Italians and the Irish. Maybe there is some similarities. Or maybe there's...
That was George Clooney and Tarantino. Oh, that would be interesting to compare. And
Yeah.
go watch that again.
I'd like to watch that. I'll watch that tonight.
Yeah.
Review coming soon.
And then, yeah. So, just do the outro, was it?
Yeah. We've been at this a long time.
This is take 27.
Yeah.
So if you've enjoyed this review, please give it a like, and the main thing is to hit the subscribe button.
Please.
Please, if you've made it this far, you must like us.
Yes.
So
We are
subscribe
good
for
peoples.
more content. There's
Yeah.
gonna be, we may do a few music because we keep talking about doing music reviews.
Yeah, actually, yeah, what we had
The Flaming Lips.
the Flaming Lips on Monday, so we have a review coming of that. What we have coming up is Tradfest, Portlaoise Tradfest this
Yeah,
weekend.
that's this
Must take a
weekend.
pen and paper, actually note of people who we go to see
Yeah.
or where we go. And then we have a yoga
We're doing the pub trail for Tradfest.
pub trail for Tradfest, so we'll get you knowing what that's happening.
Yeah.
Also a yoga retreat on Sunday, which is like yoga, sauna, cold ice bath sort of dip thing. And then we've nothing on next week, do we? No, not next weekend.
Is that the 8th?
Yeah, we've nothing next weekend.
Then the weekend after we've Peter McGann, the weekend after we've Tyler the Greater, and then the weekend after we're going to Deutschland.
Yeah, so a few things on the in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Also, if anyone has any films for us to watch and review, let us know. Anything on cinema or any just old films you want us to watch and review and see what we think, let us know.
And as always, thanks for coming.
And stay sexy.
Stay sexy. And if you're watching in the watch along, please hit that subscribe button as well. And like I just said, thank you for coming and we really appreciate your support.
Thank you. Good night.
Away!